up, y'all? It's the TurtleDork here with a new reaction for you from SDCC. Actually, I'm back home, but this is from SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con, baby. Alright, so this was the panel that I wanted to get into on Friday. And big ups to one of, unfortunately I forgot your name, bro, but thanks for giving me that, well, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but I was able to get into the panel for the Netflix Defenders, and thankfully I was, because I had such a ball in that panel. They dropped the trailer, but before they dropped the trailer, they actually showed footage from The Punisher, and that footage was absolutely fantastic. So I'm definitely looking forward to The Punisher, which is going to drop, hopefully, they say roughly November. That's the rumor, is that it's going to drop in November. But just to give you kind of like a quick glimpse of what I saw, it basically starts out with Frank Castle playing the guitar with his daughter, and that's juxtaposed with him playing the guitar alone. And the way that both these scenes are shot, when he's with his daughter, it kind of has this haze filter, and it's lit kind of brightly. And then when you see him by himself, it's more kind of lit dark, and it's kind of like in this very dark, and it's kind of like this almost this isolated room. So it gives you a nice juxtaposition of both of those, and it's kind of playing like this almost kind of like Memphis blues type of melody. It kind of reminded me of Black Snake Moan a little bit, where he's kind of playing like this melody, and then we kind of see him in these three different vignette scenes where he's running over these bikers, and then you see him you know, he takes a sniper rifle and he kills this guy that's in Juarez, Mexico, and the camera pulls back to show you that he's on this perch in El Paso, Texas. So he sniped that dude from El Paso, Texas, all the way in Juarez, Mexico. And then the final vignette is where he is in this bathroom stall at JFK Airport, and he strangles this businessman with his own tie, I think. And the last part, you get some dialogue to show you that all three of these vignettes, like the bikers, the guy he killed in Juarez, and this businessman, are all connected in some way. So I thought it was a nice little piece to kind of show you the heart of who Frank Castle is, with connecting him with his family, seeing his daughter, and then the vigilante and the vengefulness that he has for these bad people that he's out to get, or to get justice. I don't know if he's getting justice for himself, or for whatever, but you really get to see both sides of who Frank Castle is, and I thought it was just absolutely fantastic. Now after that, I'm trying to think. No, they didn't show us the trailer to the end, but the cool thing that Jeff Loeb did, he said that I want to show you guys a clip, and the funny thing about the clip is that it's as long as the first episode, and everybody just goes crazy in Hall H. So they basically show us the whole first episode of The Defenders, and I gotta say, I was really impressed. Everything that I've been hearing about Iron Fist and how bad it was, I guess fortunate, I decided not to watch it. I just kind of lost interest in watching it after I heard all the reviews from it. Just with the editing, the fighting, everything like that. Nothing against Finn Jones. I think this is more so just on the creative team behind Iron Fist. But I gotta say, with the opening of The Defenders, it's almost like in this underground kind of watery tunnel, and I think there's a fight scene with him and Colleen Wing fighting maybe some members from the Hand, and even though it's darkly lit, you can tell that the choreography and the way that it's shot is completely different from anything that you may have seen in Iron Fist. So I think that kind of bodes well for what we're going to get from Iron Fist in The Defenders, and probably moving forward into season 2, because there's going to be a different showrunner for season 2. So I know there's a lot of trepidation. There's been a lot of criticisms about Iron Fist and Finn Jones. I would kind of just give him the benefit of the doubt, because there was a lot going into that show. Scott Buck, there's been a lot of criticisms about him as the showrunner for that show. He's also the showrunner for the Inhumans on ABC that's coming out this fall. So, and that doesn't look that great. So I think, let's give this a chance with Iron Fist and the Defenders in season 2. We'll really get a sense more so when we see the Defenders, but we really just get kind of more vignettes of each Defender as they're kind of building up where they are, where each one of these characters are at this moment. We get a little bit of Sigourney Weaver. I don't want to give a lot away, but we get a little bit more of Sigourney Weaver and a little bit of her backstory. I will say that she is kind of working with Madame Gao. I know that's not a spoiler, believe me, it's not a spoiler, but yeah, it's going to be interesting how they tie a lot of this together. We see a lot of the secondary characters interacting with other of the main Defenders that weren't in their show, so we get to see like Foggy with Luke Cage. I'm trying to think if we do see Misty Knight and Rosario Dawson. Rosario Dawson, yeah, her and Luke Cage have a scene together, and let's just say she does like going out for coffee. Let's keep it at that. Anyway, I've talked enough. Let's watch the trailer for The Defenders, which they showed after the end of that episode in Hall H. But let's go ahead and watch it again. So, The Defenders.
The thing about war is, it only works if both sides believe they're the good guys. The truth is, we're not so different. We fight to get back what was once ours.
Oh, nice.
But in the end,
see a little bit at the beginning of
this is the end. It's just a city. You'll get used to watching them fall.
That was at the end of episode 1.
I think we're safe for now. We need to figure out our next move.
No, there's no next move.
And there is no we.
What is that? We're not here to eat. Are those pork?
No, that's shrimp. Oh, this guy's got pork.
God, you're weird.
I'm not looking for super friends.
Shit.
That doesn't matter. Can't fight these people. Not even with whatever it is your hand can do.
It's cheap.
It's not.
They're hunting our friends, our families, and they're not gonna stop there.
More death is coming. And the only thing keeping Manhattan from...
Now I like how they keep the color palette of each Defender.
View.
Like in their individual scenes, they're really able to keep that color palette.
It's over.
Not yet.
Daredevil, man.
Nice ears.
They're forms.
I can see you formed a kind of bond. I promise you it's temporary.
Electra.
They will disappoint you.
Jessica.
Like it or not,
Yeah, they have to try to work together.
We belong out there, together.
I'm glad we found each other. I'm not hugging you.
Good old Jessica Jones.
It's been a long week.
Tell me about it. Looks good though. Looks good. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Well, I kind of said everything at the beginning of the video, but and I apologize for taking that long to get to the video to see my reaction, or if you haven't seen the video yet, which I'm sure you probably have. But yeah, it looks good. So the first episode, it went over great in Hall H. The trailer went over great. The Punisher footage went over great. This was a great panel. I had a lot of fun in this panel. So yeah, August 18th this drops. Only 8 episodes. I've already seen the first episode. I'll probably rewatch it when it drops on the 18th. But I'm excited. I'm excited to check this one out. And I'm glad this is going to be my first, personally, my first introduction into Iron Fist, because I decided I'm just going to skip that show from everything I've heard about it, which a lot of people are probably saying that's probably the best bet. But yeah, go ahead and let me know what you thought of the trailer for The Defenders in the comments below. Go ahead, excuse me. Go ahead, rate, like, subscribe, and share. And go ahead and check out my other dorks at Mouth Dork, at The Disco Dork, and at Sidewalk Siren. And as for me, I am the Turtle Dork. And with that, your boy is out.